Dimineața, doamnelor și domnilor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the beginning, it will be a mix between Romanian and English because, of course, we have distinguished guests. Your Excellencies, bună dimineața, excelențele voastre, doamna ambasador, distinși invitați, distinguished guests. Cu bucurie sărbătorim astăzi Ziua Internațională a Femeii, a cărei temă din anul 2023 este Embrace Equity. Iar cea sugerată de United Nations Women este Digital, inovație și tehnologie pentru egalitatea de gen. Tema ONU Femei este aliniată cu tema prioritară pentru următoarea a 67-a sesiune a Comisiei privind statutul femeii, inovație și schimbare tehnologică și educație în era digitală pentru realizarea egalității de gen și abilitarea tuturor femeilor și fetelor. Este pentru al 9-lea an consecutiv când Bursa de Valori București se alătură altor burse din lume pentru a marca Ziua Internațională a Femeii și, așa cum v-am obișnuit deja, este gazda ceremoniei de Clopoțel pentru a atrage atenția asupra importanței egalității de gen. Ring the Bell for Gender Equity este o inițiativă globală organizată la nivel mondial de bursele de valori pentru a promova egalitatea de gen și abilitarea femeilor la locul de muncă și în comunitățile noastre și beneficiile acestui lucru. Cum am spus, tema Zilei Internaționale a Femeii este femeile în tehnologie. Sigur, când vorbim de femeile în tehnologie, nu uităm de domeniul STEAM, știință, tehnologie, inginerie și matematică. Evenimentul este organizat cu sprijinul AFC. Now in English, we celebrate today with joy the International Women's Day 2023, which campaign theme is Embrace Equity, and the one suggested by United Nations Women is Digital, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. The United Nations Women is aligned with the priority theme for the upcoming 67th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, Innovation and Technological change and education in the digital age for achieving gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls. The event is organized by BVB together with the International Finance Corporation. For the 9th consecutive year, the Bucharest Stock Exchange will join other exchanges around the world to mark International Women's Day and will be the host of the bell ringing ceremony to draw attention to the importance of gender equality. Ring the Bell for Gender Equality is a global initiative organized worldwide by the stock exchanges to foster gender equality and women's empowerment in the workplace and in our communities and the benefits of doing so. The theme for this year, International Women's Day, is Women in Tech. Now I would like to draw attention to some, let's say, few historical data and information about the women in technology. And I will switch a little bit in Romania. We have 10 women who changed the technological world, let's say. Ada Lovelace, which is the world first computer programmer, the counter Admiral Grace M. Hopper, who is one of the esteemed computer science, Hedy Lamarr, who is the inventor of the Wi-Fi, Annie Easley, who is the first, let's say, women in the science of NASA rockets. Mary Wilkes, the first utilizer of the computer from home. Adele Goldberg, who was the inspiration for the GUI, which is the program language for Smalltalk 80, who inspired the first computer Apple. The mother of the internet, which is Radia Perlman. Katherine Johnson, which is the mathematician of NASA. And also Karen Spark Jones, the pioneer in information science. Elizabeth Feiler, the one who thought of, at the beginning to the original seeking the motor for the internet, which was the first NIC was the first place where it was published the resources and directors for internet. So 10 excellent women who begin in the technology segment, a lot of wonderful works. And also, I would like also to remind some Romanian women, which were pioneers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. One is Eliza Leonida Zamfirescu, who graduated the Royal Academy of Technology in Berlin. She graduated the beginning of last century. Now it's the Technical University of Berlin in Charlottenburg, Germany, specialized in chemistry. She specialized in chemistry after she finalized the faculty. Is considered to be the first engineer woman in Europe and second in the world after the Irish Alice Perry, who was in civil engineering. Another wonderful lady, Romanian wonderful lady, is Aurora Gruescu, who is the first woman engineer in silviculture. Silvia Creangă, who was the first Romanian woman who studied and obtained the PhD in mathematics. And the last but not the least is Stefania Mărăcineanu, who was a chemist and physician, Romanian recognized worldwide. She formulated theories about reactivity, artificial reactivity, and the procedure of the artificial rain. So, wonderful woman who did a lot of wonderful things. And of course, there are a lot of other things to be mentioned, but now I would like, and I will invite our CEO, Adrian Tănase, to address his thoughts about this day.
Thank you very much, Elena. So again, I'm very honored to open this event today. You are celebrating for the ninth year together with our partners from IFC the gender equality, and I want to ring the bell today for the gender equality symbolically because yes, the market should start, has already started at 10 o'clock, and yes, this is the gender equality for us is very important. But yes, I forgot to give a very big welcome to our guests today. To Her Excellency, Swedish Ambassador Therese Hayden, and also to Ana Calcasi, World Bank representatives in Romania, and also to you all ladies present here. So we are celebrating gender equality, and we have a topic, a very interesting topic today, women in tech. This is very interesting from my perspective because tech technology it's a very important topic for the Bucharest Stock Exchange. You want to increase the representation, for instance, of the tech sector into the stock exchange. Is not so well represented, but within the Romanian economy, the tech sector is very important. More than 7% of our GDP is produced by the tech sector, and we have today representatives of very important companies: Google, Brava, Angels. You will see in the panel, which will be moderated by my colleague Ilana. And also you have, yes, another piece of news. You have an organization, Women in Tech, which has opened yes, the activity in Romania. This is a very big organization already with 250,000 members, and they have already a target, yes, to have 5 million women in tech sector by 2030. Yeah. So welcome in Romania, and you'll find out later on your plans. Yeah. But I want to finalize my speech, my very short speech, with some few words about the Bucharest Stock Exchange organization, the women presence into our organizations, and will follow here my colleague from certain counterparty, Mrs. Rodica Popa. So you have 3 companies into the Bucharest Stock Exchange group. Bucharest Stock Exchange itself, Central Depository and Central Counterparty, and 2 of those organizations are led by women. Yeah? Mrs. Rodica Popa is leading the Central Counterparty. Mrs. Silvia Buicănescu, she's not here today, is leading the Central Depository. Also, you have a very good presence in our boards. And into the company, I think more than half are women. And we are very happy with this. And of course, we are encouraging this because, yes, it seems that productivity is increasing, largely women presences into our organization. I really believe in this, and yes, I'm very happy to again to be part of this event and to be part of these partnerships about gender equality. Yeah, and now I think you have to ring the bell, or no, wait, you have a, yeah, okay. Afterwards, so you have another intervention, yeah, online intervention. Okay, okay, sorry. And Mrs. Papa, I think it's, yes. Okay, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you for invitation. I'm honored to be here in such a generous event and in front of such a special audience. I was, of course, I was a lot undecided with what to start with the equality of gender or with technology. I'm in a very important project. I'm honored to be in such project, the one of the Central Counterparty. But I will start with spring. I will not start with any of the two major points of this event. Why spring? Because spring is starting with the snowdrop. Snowdrop is a bell. It's a bell announcing the equinox. Equinox, the equality between day and night. So today, Bucharest Stock Exchange will ring a bell for the gender equality, and so it's obvious the link between this special event and the spring. Gender equality means equality in chance for women, despite of gender, but focused on women as the major programs worldwide are speaking. And starting from this equality, and it was already presented, women already proved that they are capable with the tools of STEAM and with their capability to make changes to overpass a lot of barriers. And we are coming here to technology. Technology, it's at this moment about the last industrial revolution. And speaking about, again, about equality, this revolution is starting from what? From the basis of the technology, programming language based on 0 and 1. 0 and 1 having equal power to design programs and to create what is happening today in our world and what is going to be happening in the future. Speaking about the project in which I'm involved, yes, it is a project about technology, it is a project about fintech, and maybe we are working right now on the cutting edge of the technology for the financials. We are supported by consultants, by the experience, by the best experience in Europe, and in our company, the equality is it's already overpassed because we are right now more women in central counterparty, so the forces for implementing the central counterparty are led right now by the women. Thank you once again for invitation. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you so much, Radhika, for your kind words. Now I will invite you to see and hear the recorded message coming from Emmanuel B. Nuirinkindi, Vice President for Cross-Cutting Solution IFC.
I'm delighted to join you virtually to mark International Women's Day. Advancing gender equality is central to our development mandate here at the International Finance Corporation. We're proud to team up with stock exchanges and global partners again this year to ring the bell for gender equality. Make no mistake about this, the business case for gender equality has never been more clear and more necessary. As part of the global community, we're working to build back from the COVID-19 pandemic, to tackle economic uncertainties, to stem rising inequalities, conflict and fragility, and to address other unprecedented environmental, social, and governance challenges. We need the full and equal participation of everyone, including women and men, to make a lasting difference. Research that looked into nearly 2,000 listed companies found that a 1% increase in female managers is correlated to a 0.5% decrease in CO2 emissions. This is a tangible action for a climate-smart future. Research also shows that companies with more gender-diverse leadership demonstrate a stronger commitment to inclusive growth, broader economic focus, and enhanced sustainability practices. From companies to investors to policymakers to stock exchanges, we all have a role to play in creating more inclusive and sustainable economies. For the past 9 years, the Ring the Bell for Gender Equality initiative has demonstrated the importance of collaboration. In partnership with the United Nations Sustainable Stock Exchanges Initiative, IFC is leveraging global capital markets to advance women leaders. For example, last year we issued actionable guidance on how exchanges can advance gender equality in the operations and markets. More recently, we launched 3 market monitors ranking exchanges by the gender balance of the boards and senior management of issuers. Such baseline data will allow us to track progress over time and to engage constructively with companies. And to make sure that we do our part, IFC has committed that by 2030, 50% of the board seats we nominate as an equity investor would be represented by women. I am pleased to report that as of December 2022, we surpassed that target and reached 63% of female directors. All these actions are paving the way for more women at the decision-making level. Still, much more needs to be done. That's why I'm looking forward to continuing our important collaboration with partners, including stock exchanges like yours, to create inclusive and prosperous societies and economies that benefit us all. Thank you.
We are approaching the ceremony, but until then, Your Excellency, Mrs. Therese Hayden, which is the Ambassador of Sweden in Romania, please have a short speech as you like.
Thank you, Eliana. Now, of course, everyone wants to ring the bell, but I am honored indeed. I want to thank you and the CEO for the Bursa de Valori Bucharest for this opportunity to be here, for gathering everyone this morning, and for being involved for a number of years already in this symbolic yet very important event. It matters. For me, from my perspective, it's been a remarkable couple of weeks, actually. Not just one Women's International Day yesterday, but it's actually already been, for me, a number of weeks, and it's continuing throughout of March, of events focusing on gender equality, women's empowerment. I think that is a great leap forward. I remember having one year here, having several online events on the 8th of March. That was wonderful, but it was all crammed into one day. I think this is a sign that more is done and that people are more interested. What is also remarkable throughout all these events, including this one, is the wealth of information we have regarding the impact of gender equality on economy and on tech. I think there are other people in this audience that are better placed than me to speak about the tech. We already heard one important intervention. I will focus a little bit on the economy because it is remarkable what we know about the impact of gender equality on economy, not least on the GDP of economy. And we have experts in the audience, people who will be speaking. I think Anna might be able to give us some real hard statistical numbers on how the GDP of countries will increase if there are more women on the labor market. As simple as that. We also know the effect of more women having more access to money. It will empower them, they will be better investors, and also they will be empowered for their own families and for their own futures. So we have all this information, yet gender equality, we do not have gender equality in most places. We don't have gender equality in Romania. The progress, including more women, is slow. And interestingly, we also know what is hindering more women, what is stopping or what is making the reaching gender equality slow. We do know that women need childcare in order to be able to enter into the labor market. We do know that there is discrimination and mindsets that are stopping women from achieving their goals or being promoted in companies or in the public sector. Yet, progress is slow. This week, I attended a couple of events where there was also the presence of the European Commissioner for Equality, Mrs. Helena Dalli, who was visiting Bucharest for 3 days, actually. And she said, I picked up two things that she said. First, one thing that she said was that gender equality in business is a success. Fantastic. And the other thing she said was, when she was asked about quotas, etc., she made it absolutely clear that if countries don't do anything about increasing the number of women, it will take 60 years in Europe. 60 years in Europe. Globally, it will take longer, 60 years in Europe. If you want to move forward, you need to take some affirmative action. And that affirmative action can look differently. It can be quotas, but it can also be other things. But it is taking some sort of action. That is the only way to move forward. This week, I also attended a beautiful gala. It was the first time for me. It was the CANAF Gala for Women's Entrepreneurs. And I had the pleasure of giving the reward to a woman with remarkable work within the IT sector. And in her speech, she said something that resonated with me, and I think with all of you also. She said, intelligence and technology have no gender. That sounds so true and so natural, and I believe in it. And yet, we do see some actions even this month here in Romania, where we are very quick to attribute a gender to technology. I'm referring to the new AI honorary counselor to the Romanian government. His name is Ion. I will leave it there. Thank you so much for listening, and let's proceed with perhaps the bell.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And now I would like to invite Mrs. Ana Acacalzi, which is World Bank Country Manager for Romania.
Thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day. I assume I stand between the the ringing the bell, but I enjoyed a lot the remarks by previous speakers, and I think each one of you have brought important accent on different aspects of gender equality, which I want maybe to continue with a couple of remarks. As a World Bank group, we have gender equality as at core of our corporate priorities, and the fact that IFC is one of the sponsors of this event is a good example of it. For us, as I was thinking what to share with the audience, esteemed audience today, I looked at some of the sources that the bank is producing to bring the gender equality issue to the forefront of decision makers. And Madam Ambassador mentioned that we as a bank, World Bank, come often with statistics. We have this very good platform, which is called Global Gender Portal. You go there, and for many countries, you have information available in with very good infographics. So I checked on some of the numbers for Romania last night. And this labor market participation stands out as one of the important issues that we all need to be talking about and addressing. And you look at numbers, only 42% women participate in labor markets, whereas 60 plus of men participate in labor markets. So it's an important kind of starting point for us to start discussing opportunities for women in technology, for example. If not all girls who are in STEM today then become managers, workforce in companies, if they stay at home to provide support to their children or to elderly as they grow, this is a problem. We will have those 10 women that will change. We will have maybe 2,000 women that change the day-to-day life within the economies. But we need more. We need more opportunities for everybody. And I was thinking about. I looked also at numbers in the same portal that we have. The number, like how much time women spend on providing this informal care at home. And they spend 2 times more time on this than men, which is also probably something that we as a society here in Romania should be thinking about. Like what does it mean? What does it mean for policies that the public sector should be doing in order to encourage more women to be able? Now, some statistics on women in technology. I mentioned here that girls in STEM are many in Romania, which is very good news. We need to also appreciate good news, correct? But then when we look at how many are employed in STEM, only 26% of women are employed in technology sectors, and of them, half leaves the sector by mid-career. So this shows, so they enter the stream, not too many, but still they enter, less than men, but then they leave. And they leave as most probably, we can hypothesize here, but they leave most probably because of some of the demands that either like societal norms or family expectations, societal expectations form. And Madam Ambassador also said about economic opportunities. So what is it that we are missing on here? And one number that I shared last week in the event that we were together is that an estimated 8.7% of additional GDP by 2030 could be generated if women achieve, in Romania, if there will be women equality addressed. It's an important number. Now, we, as a World Bank, we have this Women, Business and Law report that we issue every year. It shows that globally, over the last 20 years, efforts on gender equality have slowed down. So it's not a phenomenon just here in Romania that we are struggling with. There is a bigger need to push this gender equality area. In this year's edition, we also see that there are only 14 countries that achieved this gender equality the way this report defines, or indicators that this report uses. And it looks at mobility, workforce pay, marriage, parenthood, entrepreneurship, assets, and pensions. So when you look at Romania, the index that this report measures is, Romania is at 90%, which is not bad, but we are not part of the 14 countries that I mentioned, so there is an opportunity to improve. What was more striking to me was to see that over the last 15 years, there was not too much that was done to improve gender equality. So all the efforts that allowed Romania to be at 90% happened between, like in the first decade of 2000, between 2000 and 2010. So clearly, back then we moved from 60 to 90%. We did that leap. There were certain policies that were incorporated to promote gender equality. Now it is stopped. So let us, I think how we can all push together action so that more is done to address gender inequality. And then I think maybe the last thing that I would want to say is that we need to appreciate the importance of women in leadership. We heard Emmanuel saying that 1% increase in women as managers brings us reduction in CO2 emissions. I mean, we don't need to highlight just the aspects of sustainability. We have seen that women as leaders make a difference. We cannot expect the societies to achieve their potential if half of those societies stay behind, correct? And so joint efforts, events like this, I think, are very important for us to highlight the importance of equality of women. And also the previous speaker, I love the analogy of spring that you brought. So if I look at gender equality, probably gender equality in Romania is in spring now. Let's hope. So I think we need to see it flourishing, and then we need to take it to summer, and we need to take it to fall. So today we'll be ringing the bell for this Women in Technology that you mentioned. We have you here, many of you here, and it's such an asset that Romania has. This is what keeps me very positive. Every time I see achievements of women and men, of Romanian entrepreneurs, innovators, who do things that currently span beyond the Romanian borders, are recognized. This is what keeps us all very optimistic. But next year, it will be 10 years, yes? So I hope that we can ring the bell for achievements in gender equality, for us being able to say and be proud that for 1 year we saw something that was very concrete, that brought us all to where we provide equal opportunities for men and for women in this society. And my really last point is that women and men, we can do this only together. It's not just women's, and it's not one day, and it's not one ring the bells. But let's do it every day of the year. Let's think about opportunities and potential that we have to drive a Romanian society forward. Thank you very much.
Now is the moment expected so much. So let's ring the bell, please, ladies.
Ladies.
Please. Yes, of course.
Even for a match.
We need you as an ally and as a partner.
It's your moment.
Everyone. More hands. More hands. More hands. We need more hands. Please, but just one should be.
Let's make some noise.
How many?
We smile more because we see more women around us.
So introducing the panel, I'd like to give you some statistics regarding the presence of women in different companies. We have at Apple, the workforce female is representing 34%. In Facebook, workforce is 37%. In Google, 33%. Microsoft, 29%. In US, because US has the most important companies in technology, women make up to 47% of the workforce. Generally speaking, last year women make up to 28% of the tech industry workforce. 26.5% of executive, senior level and management positions in SP 500 companies are held by women. Women only hold 18% of CIO and CTO roles in 1,000 of the largest tech companies in US. Just over 25% of software engineers are women. And women are most underrepresented in physical science, 40%, computer, 25%, and engineering, 15%. In terms of STEM fields overall, health-related, 74%, math, 47%, life science, 48%, physical science, 40%, computer 25%, and engineering 14%. So now I'm introducing these words. I would like to join the panel Elisabeta Moraru, who is the country manager for the Google Romania. Thank you, Elisabeta, for being today with us. Ilinca Păun, It's co-founder of Brava Angels. Thank you, Ilinca, for being with us today. And Marion Hegarty, Chapter Ambassador Women in Tech Romania. Thank you, Marion. So, ladies, first of all, thank you for being with us today. For sure, we will have very, very interesting discussions, and hopefully also the audience will come also some questions. But until then, I would like to present you, because it's usually to be presented, of course. And just a moment. I have a lot of information here, and I don't want to miss them. So Elisabeta Moraru, who is the country manager of Google Romania since 2016, with over 20 years of experience in fields of management, sales and marketing, business development and training. Prior to Elisabeta's role at Google, she collaborated with Microsoft and Xerox. Elisabeta holds a PhD in communication science with a thesis focused on the evolution of the public sphere, along with the transformation of citizen success to information. Motivated by people and the desire to bring positive impact in society, she initiates and is actively involved in multiple programs dedicated to schools or universities with the object of supporting digitalization in the educational system and mass media. Thank you for being with us today. Ilinca Paun, you present yourself as the founder of Brava Angels, an investor, a business consultant, and a woman in business advocacy. You graduated from the Institute of Architecture, and you started your career at Colliers in 2000, where you worked for 18 years, a lot of years, holding several positions. You dedicated to entrepreneurial and educational projects, being co-founder of the Entrepreneurship Academy, the first entrepreneurship faculty in Romania. You also founded Treehouse, a company that later merged with Impact Hub. At the beginning of last year, you founded Brava Angels, a community that offers training programs for startups, as well as investments dedicated to businesses at the beginning of the road. And Marion, Chapter Ambassador Romania, IT Tribe Manager at Societe Generale, Group Societe Generale in Romania. You started your career as communication and community and partnership manager in Paris. Then you moved to Dubai for 5 years, where you worked in business development in the Gulf region. After moving to Bucharest, you passed certification in agile methodology in order to be able to integrate in the IT sector. You joined the Societe Generale 5 years ago, where you now have the IT Tribe Manager, more specifically specialized in the transition management and nearshoring of IT teams and applications, serving Societe Generale investment banking activities. So you are in Romania since 2014, and this year, in fact, you begin the project in Romania, Women in Tech. Ladies, welcome, and let's begin our debate on different subjects, of course. I would like to address a few words to you regarding how it was your career path. Each one of you, I'd like to share with us how did you develop, how did you begin your career until today, of course. So, Elisabeta?
Morning. Happy anniversary for us, first of all. And thank you for inviting me. I started my career hungry because I was studying and I needed money to pay for the bills. I come from a very modest family, so I did not question myself, where will I be in 5 years? I did not have a dream that I woke up in the middle of the night thinking, I will work with Google. I just needed to work. So I did a lot of volunteering because there is this vicious circus of you don't have experience, you cannot get employed, you cannot get employed, you cannot get experience. So I thought I did lots of volunteering, which meant no money, but still. And then that led me to the situation where people knew me and recommended me for jobs. I passed interviews. I worked for 5 years in pre-accession funds projects in consortiums with public institutions, and I was my own boss because I had to create my company to do that. So it was interesting. And then I worked with Microsoft, as you said, and Xerox, and for the last 11 years I'm within Google. And the only thing I would add to what I've just said is that I've always continued my education since I started working. Even this last month I went and studied again because I believe the only way, especially for women, is to get educated and to be always out of their bubble where they can get back to the routines and to the worries and to the huge fragmented multitasking that they need to do. And if they go back to studying, they realize, this is my meaning, this is what I can have impact on, and this is how they get back to their dreams. So that's my story.
Thank you. The question was how I started my career. I think I started my career as an architect, basically. I finished architecture school, and I remember thinking, asking myself, what is my role in the world? I think I was a bit spoiled in my family, and my parents always put a super emphasis on education. But I remember specifically being told that America should be my dream, and I should emigrate and start a life there. And somehow I didn't want to do it because I thought, there's much more for me to do here, but I didn't know exactly what, of course. And I started my career as an architect. I worked for our first mall, Bucharest Mall. And it was intense times. And then I joined Colliers because I was attracted to business. I was attracted to being on a planes and going to business meetings and wearing a very nice outfit and high heels. So I had this perception that, women can win the stage of business with our assets. And I had a great confidence. To be honest, I don't know exactly how it was built, but I knew that if I can speak up and use my brain and be articulate and speak some foreign languages, I can find my way into business and then see what I do with it. So this is how I joined Colliers. Also very attracted to education, very curious, I think, and I wanted to be the CEO. The day I joined Colliers, to be very honest, and I didn't stop until I get it. So basically, and then I stayed 8 years within Colliers, but the corporate world didn't feed enough probably my need to explore and to impact the society. So that's why I exited towards more entrepreneurship, education, and yes, building Brava as an angel community. Thank you.
Hello. So I started my career as Ella, actually, because I was hungry for learning and for experience, and I started with a lot of internship. It's true. It's so important to mention. It's true that it's an investment. Of course, it's a time investment. It's a money. It's a no money investment, but it's so rewarding. Because yes, we need people, we gain experience, we build a network, and so on. So then I started in communication and partnership. I was in the music industry in Paris, and then one day my husband said, okay, they want to send me to Dubai to open a new office for my job. What do you want to do? Do you want to come? I was just like, okay, so let's spot Dubai on the map first, because I did not know exactly where it was and how the culture was there. So I said, yes, okay, let's go and see. My son was 1 year old at that time, so I thought, okay, I will take some time to take care of him. And then we went there. It was supposed to be 1 year. We stayed almost 6 years. And why? Because after 8-10 months, he told me, they want me to stay. What do you want to do? And to be honest, I said, I want to stay, but only if I can get a job. Because here, I don't want to stay, just taking care of my family and on the beach with the sun. I mean, you know, Dubai, these pictures that we have in mind. And this is where actually I can say that my real career began, because I started in business development in the world region. I started with the film industry, film production industry, because this was my specialty. And I started to develop business for European companies in this sector. And as it was working well, my employer told me, okay, maybe you can start to work also in the medical industry, then in the oil industry. And I touched a lot of sectors, also construction sector and so on. So I developed a lot my career there. Then we moved to Romania. And when I looked at the market, the employment market, when I arrived, I saw, okay, business analyst, developer, support analyst, everything was related to the IT industry. And I thought, okay, maybe it is time to reconvert again and to learn online, to prepare myself to be able to apply to a job in the IT industry. And this is how it started. Basically, I studied for 2 years back again in Romania, and I applied to a position at Société Générale. I got it. I entered. It was a new world. It was overwhelming. I learned so much. The last 5 years, it's amazing. And now I'm managing teams, different applications on different sectors, different products. I'm very happy of what I have achieved, and this is why also I founded the Romanian chapter for Women in Tech, because reconversion, it's a real topic here. We are talking about women joining the economy and boosting basically the economy. The IT market is definitely a chance. It's definitely possible. We have hundreds of examples of women that were in other sectors and that tried product management, and that showed that it's possible to really become successful and to become an excellent, brilliant product manager, business analyst, support analyst, and even developers for some of them, because we see also a lot of reconversion, a lot of work, it's true. Internship, it's true. I see also in my company, we hire interns that are reconverting and that become excellent developers. So, yes, it is a chance, it is an opportunity, and 1 year. So last year, 10 years. Next year we will celebrate 10 years. So hopefully I will be able to announce a lot of reconversion.
Thank you so much. So a lot of diverse experience, a lot of abilities, a lot of volunteer work also. Congratulations to all of you for what have you done until now, and a lot of success in the future. Now I want to bring to you some questions more applicated, let's say. And I will look now to Elisabeta, and I will want to ask her about how are seen the women working for Google in Romania, because I understand now that you are more than 400 people. In 13 years, you are almost 13 years this year, and also in the group overall. And if you can tell us more about the participation of women within the group and the company.
So, if you will allow me for this question, I will not reply because I have a special guest with me, because this is true partnership. And I invited my colleague Lavinia Nagoe with me. She is a senior director. She's leading the tech side of the business. So if you allow me, I will go there and give her the mic, yeah? I will ask Lavinia to come here. Please, forgive me for changing this, but I cannot do this unless I have her, because she's truly the one doing this work of opening the tech side of the business.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ella. So, yeah, for women at Google, I joined Google 2 years ago by the Fitbit acquisition, right? So Google acquired Fitbit in Romania, and we grew from a commercial side to a regional hub, both commercial and technology. And what I found in Google was a series of programs that have been developed for years, actually, and are there for us to support us each and every day to what we are doing in our roles. And I can tell you, for example, we have programs, special programs for leadership, for women to move into leadership roles. And this is being encouraged each and every day. And we are doing, for example, talent reviews across the organization. And during these talent reviews, we spot potential, we spot talent, and we also offer opportunities for each and every person wanting to do more and wanting to take on the next challenge. These programs, some of these programs, have been actually so successful within Google that we have moved them into the community around us, and we have externalized these programs. And we have the internship program, for example, where people can come in and apply to an internship, and they come with us 3 months during the summer, and they just sit together within a team, and we coach them, we train them. They learn how to become a programmer, they learn how to become a product manager, they learn how to become a specialist in the IT industry. Then, besides that, this is internships and this is for the students, but we have moved along and reached out at the students level, like 5th grade to high school. And 5th grade to high school, for example, we have the Mind the Gap program, which Ella is driving, and she's a powerful force there. And for the Mind the Gap program, we are reaching out to students in high school, to students 5th to 8th grade. And again, a lot of training, a lot of coaching, a lot of mentorship that Googlers are doing with the students to encourage joining the field of tech and supporting them to come into the field of tech. And one more program that was actually recently launched in Romania as well, and we are going to expand on that even more, is the I'm Remarkable program. I'm Remarkable program was a program started inside Google to help women and underrepresented communities to talk about themselves, to speak about their achievements openly, and to promote themselves in the workplace. And the program was so successful, Google-wide, that we externalized it, and we started doing this program with our customers and clients, and then we expanded to academia, and then we expanded to other, like small businesses. It's going to be a program that personally, for me, it made a difference as I took the program and then I became a facilitator, and I'm sure it's going to make a difference for people in Romania as we are laying off the basis for this. I hope I have touched on many of the topics that you wanted to hear. I'll leave the other speakers as well. Thank you. Thank you, Lavinia.
Now I will turn to Ilinca. And I would like to share with us about the initiative of setting up as founder of Brava Angels and its mission. Can you tell us more about how many investors do you have? How many companies did you invest in? So tell us more about this initiative.
Thank you for the invitation to talk about Brava. We are at the beginning. It was just founded, I think, 8 months ago, last July. And it's basically a community of women investors, but also men investors, because it's okay. Money has no color and no gender, and nobody's perfect. So the scope was to bring support, money and resources and knowledge and education, of course, for women founders, for entrepreneurs. And to start with the facts, I think there are about 300 members. Members meaning people that join the community and they come to our events. They are also they are mainly female founders, but they bring their teams, so it's kind of a mixed gender type of memberships, and also angels that come to mentor, contribute with resources, which can mean all kinds of things, from services or platforms or leads and their own network. People that are very experienced in business, they made a career. They are not young anymore, if I may say so, but they are wise enough to understand that nobody can make it alone. And, you know, they are willing to offer their knowledge back to these women. Also money, investing, real money transactions, angel investing, classically speaking, and also produce a return at the end of the line, no? And it's a win-win concept that everybody takes advantage of. We have done 2 transactions last year. In one beauty-on-demand service platform, which is called Glow2Go. Glow2Go was founded 3 years ago by two of let's say, I can say my students because I'm proud of them, but they're actually students at the Entrepreneurship Academy, 2 ladies, very young and very ambitious. And the other transaction that we supported with Brava Investment was Charger. Charger is a platform for integrating installations of green solutions, like charging stations, urban mobility solutions for corporate and consumers. And now we are working with a lot of large pipeline because there are many, many women that are doing startup tech. We're looking for digital startups, tech-enabled or deep tech. Many, it's true, start education platforms like EduTech. A lot of them make health tech or med tech, how we call it. Many want to do marketplaces because actually one of the preoccupations of women, as I see it, is accessibility. No, we want to make the world a better place, which often means let's bridge the gap between a demand and an offer that cannot reach each other in the moment. So they organize communities, basically, which a marketplace is after all, right? It's a platform where offering meets the clients through, and they make this interaction easier, faster, and more digital. In Romania, there is a big gap in gender investing. So when you look at venture capital, which is my specialty, you see that under 3% of the total investment transaction yearly goes to women. It's a very, very small percentage. It's true that it's bigger than worldwide, which is interesting. And if you look at the numbers, Romania is not the most discriminative country. And if you go west, unfortunately, you meet more discrimination. Western Europe, in some countries very specifically, but also US. So I tried to tell this to the women and you know, ask them to try to understand their risk adversity, their anxieties towards investing or towards having a startup, a tech startup, and growing it with the support of investors, because it's a huge responsibility, it's true. We are preparing for this year 10 transactions. This is our goal, which means about 2.5 million euro invested in early stage. This, I'm talking about early. Early means first 2 years of life, so it's really babies. But babies with a high potential, or babies with a dream to expand internationally. And this is our role in the community, to bring people like us in this room with knowledge, wealth, confidence, and to transfer all these resources through the community towards very young female entrepreneurs.
I'm curious, Ilinca, if you have students which want and they want to set up companies in IT. If you have within your community students.
Yes. For example,
not necessarily women. I mean, women and men, of course.
Our initial investment, they were still students, Daniela and Raluca, last year. They were in their final years. And I have in my pipeline, for example, in our pipeline, students from Entrepreneurship Academy, but also from other universities, for example, in Cluj or in other cities in Romania, that start companies at 21, 22, never done it before. If they go to a VC directly, the VC tells them, no, because you don't have experience, you've never done this before, they're very strict with the rules, but it's our goal to prepare them and kind of support them throughout the journey. So I see more and more young people choosing this path instead of working for a corporation, doing more voluntary work or entrepreneurship or project-based freelancing. This is how they start, and then they develop and they hang on to a problem. Like there is, something, it's not working in our society. And women are great at picking up problems in men, but also in everything we do. Also, if I may add something very interesting, is that why I think women can be great entrepreneurs and startuppers, because especially if you look at B2C market, which means business to consumer, okay? Women make at least 80% of the decision makers in the family spending. So basically, we decide what to buy and what the preference is for everything that is related to our personal life, right? So since the woman is the decision maker in buying, then a woman building a product for the woman to buy, it's much more easier for her to speak the same language, to understand the customer. So the B2C mainly we have seen, and also statistics worldwide support this, that women they make better returns for investors. And when I read this, I was like, no, let me dig into this. So it started all from my feeling and my experience, but then I went into research, of course, as we do, to see, okay, is this a problem that is more common? What's the matter? How is this an opportunity everybody is missing? Did I discover something very important and nobody sees it before? How can this be? So I started asking. You wanted to say? Yes, and they make great product owners or product managers because they include the client very well in their conversation. They don't build a product because it's cool or great or it can win an award or go to the moon. No, they really ask, okay, does anybody need this, what I'm building? So they are much more down to earth when it comes to, is this necessary? So the statistics showed that they make better returns for investors because they're more responsible. They don't waste the money. They don't promise huge targets and then not achieve. No, they under-promise, overachieve. And for investors, this is great. When I meet the startups I invested in, because I made about 7 investments so far. So I started 7 years ago investing my own money. So this is how I got the thrill of it. And it's a great satisfaction, by the way. But I realized that they are so serious and so committed that my trust in them, it's 200% that they will not, give up until they find a solution, and they're open for coaching, and they have a very correct approach to entrepreneurship, which is not, I do it my way. It's, no, let's learn together. Give me feedback. What am I doing wrong? How can I change? How can you help? They ask for help easier than men. Christy's smiling. Yeah, they ask for direction easier or faster. They don't lose money and then say, "Oops, sorry, next startup." No, they say, "Oh no, I don't want to waste something I've built." And of course, we can talk a lot about this.
Yes,
but,
Mario. So, what about women in tech in Romania? First of all, if you can tell us more about the global movement of women in tech, and then how it was set up, the local chapter, and what is the mission and target? I saw a lot of programs that you are doing from the presentation, but tell us more about it.
Yes, so it started with the global movement. I found out, I met online Ayumi Muhaoki, who is the CEO and founder of Women in Tech Global 1 year ago online. I saw all their events, all their actions, all their traction with a very impressive branding. It's true. It's branding and marketing, yes, but for a good cause and for a cause that has showed a lot of positive effects all around the world, because now we have reached 250,000 members of the community, let's say girls and women that were impacted by the movement, so joining the community, joining training programs, volunteering, organizing educational programs in schools all around the world, in different sectors also of the society, so fortunate and unfortunate in priority, of course. And so looking at her movement, at what they have achieved, I checked the website. So I saw all the events, I checked the website, and I saw that they were in 20 countries at that moment. I looked at the list. I was thinking, ooh, maybe there is something in Romania. I want to attend this event. When I saw the mood, the atmosphere, I was really looking for that. And I saw that they were in Bulgaria, they were in Macedonia, in Kosovo, but not in Romania. So I contacted them, did you have experience, etc., etc. So we started to build a relationship. And I went through the whole process. And we decided to open a chapter in Romania last summer. So I built a team with people that I know, that I've been working with in Romania, that share our values. So we started with the team. I built also a board of advisors, and Ilinka is part of it, and I really appreciate. We have 7 amazing women that are part of our advisors. And we started building the community online. So here, for Romania, we can be very proud. It's true what you said. So if we compare the figures in Romania, in Western Europe, we have more female students in STEM. We have also more women in IT, in tech, than in France, in Germany, where it's very difficult as well, and so on. So for me, there was also this wish to show that Romania is an inspiration, and to highlight it also to the European and to the world community of women in tech. So this is what we do. And more than gender equality, it's diversity. So for me, diversity is the drive to be inclusive, because when we are more inclusive, we make better decisions for all. And this is very important. And also when women are going to schools to preaching, advocating tech as a potential career or as a potential future, it also stays in the mind of the kids that, yes, it's a woman, and what? So, I mean, this is just normal. It's and this is very important, and it's very important point. And what you do with Mind the Gap and all the programs in which you are involved are amazing, and bravo. I admire your work. So, for Romania, encouraging girls at school, of course, all the kids, because when we do the educational program, we start with deconstructing the gender bias with the kids, because this is where it starts. So we start to talk about it. Why do we support more girls? To explain so that they understand why do you, because this is the question, but why girls? Why not everyone? But we explain why, and it's very important. So girls at school, encouraging them, inspiring them, role models are important as well to show that it's possible. Everything is possible. And then, during the professional life, our role is to continue to encourage, to support, to give ideas, to share ideas, how to support women when they are back from maternity leave, for example. So what can we put in place? I'm sure that you do that in your programs already, what you explained, Lavinia, this is exactly what needs to be done by the companies. I mean, support them, spot talents, offer opportunities, development, training, mentorship, flexible hours. I mean, there are a lot of programs that can be implemented, and we can see also in the figures that this is what women are loyal to. They are loyal to companies, and they will stay in companies that take care of them and offer them opportunities, salary raise during this maternity break that is quite long. They can come back and have like 2 years, they are 2 years late, they are 2 years behind, and they need to, so we need also to support, advocate, speak up, and make sure also that men are our allies. Allyship is fundamental. Men are our best friends to educate the others and to speak up, to say, stop when a question that is absolutely not acceptable is asked, but to say no, we don't ask this question, and just to be also our advocates. So this is a diversity for all, and it's the best combination.
Thank you, Marion. We are approaching the end of our panel, and I would like to address the same question to each of you. Tell us some thoughts and advice or tips to encourage Romanian women in tech.
Thank you. If I dare to have an advice is build other women, support them, be real partners, and talk about this. There is never too much communication about this topic. I was asked by a math professor, a friend of mine, a man, why do I push so much for women? Why difference between men and women in this? And I said that sometimes in order to cover for a small wave, you need a bigger wave. So we need a bigger echo, and there is never too much talk about this if it's also combined with doing, with really taking action.
Thank you. I'm trying to learn a lot about psychology, and I think this is the starting point, because we are different. I'm not an advocate for let's all act the same or let's play the same game with the same rules in the same way, and I don't think this should be the scope, but understanding, the different path to the same goal. And in startups, for example, or in pitching, or in getting investment, women need a different path, a different process. So I think, first of all, if we understand the psychologies, how they are different, we're not going to argue who's better, but just provide a different context with the right tool so they can shine, not that they can, make a huge effort to get there. This is on one thing. So understanding psychology, what does this mean? I don't know, but it can be programs or discussions or talks about this, the fundamental elements of our feminine versus masculine psychology. Secondly, I want to get women to invest. So, because for them, it's easier to trust, to understand, to get on the same frequency, no, with a woman, and also understand the products and why they are building. Because, you know, women, again, they want to solve real problems. They want to make the society better. And for men, sometimes this is not, you know, attractive enough or cool enough, or this is for women in the sense they do the, you know, the alignment, the society needs, or the platform. They build a foundation, which is fine. I love building foundations. I'm an architect. So, and I think if experienced women start investing in young women that want to build tech or be in a career in tech and build products, so in the, you know, innovation part of the IT, which is actually something that preoccupies me more, I think that would mean, that would elevate the pool of resources, no, available for these young women in tech. And what does this mean? Means experienced women understanding the risk, understanding, you know, create their own independence in financial means, create portfolios, diversity, because we are at BVB, so we talk about diversity of portfolios. Startup investing is a way to produce financial wealth. It has risk, but with education we can all understand it and do it. Thank you.
And on my side, and thank you for everything that you're doing in Brava. I mean, I learned so much. We learned so much. So it's a very, very, very interesting, useful, and amazing initiative. On my side, I would say learning, but prioritizing also the learning, because we have a lot of possibilities. I mean, online, there are a lot of programs, and everything is possible, actually. So everything is possible. So learning, prioritizing, focusing on something specific, so have a plan. Then to dare, and to follow your instinct, and empower the others. Because by helping the others, we empower ourselves, and it is how we can also build our career and our meaning. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And at the end, I would like to add also some 4 directions, in my opinion, that could be taken into account for the girls and ladies who want to go into tech. To provide STEAM education at an early age, it should be a direction. Mentoring is also, and you also, Lavinia also mentioned earlier, mentorship is a pillar of support. Also, keeping the skills relevant and up to date by taking different certifications and university classes. And also to be proactive, because there are always opportunities and problems to be solved. Women should step up and, of course, take action and demonstrate their accountability. Thank you so much, Elisabeta, Ilinca, and Marion, for being today with us, for all the thoughts and so many and experience things that you shared with us. Thank you so much also to you, to all the speakers, the guest speakers that have been today with us, and to all the people that are on the line, because we had also broadcasted live. Have a wonderful day. Have International Women's Day. And now at the end, I would like Cristian Nacu from the IFC to share with us the final thoughts at this event.
Thank you very much. As always, it's a big pleasure for me to be here. This is the 5th time I participate to this event since I rejoined IFC, and I'm always amazed and humbled by all the nice persons that I meet, the ladies that share with us their thoughts, their achievements, and it's a fantastic opportunity for me. Now, if you allow me, I will switch to Romanian because I have a small speech, but the advantage or disadvantage of being the last is that many things that you want to say are already said, so don't worry, my speech will be shorter than this. Aș vrea să încep prin a reaminti ceea ce a spus Ana referitor la studiul recent al grupului Băncii Mondiale Women, Business and Law 2023. Vestea bună, cum spunea și Ana, este că România este foarte bine poziționată, avem peste 90% punctaj, ceea ce este peste media generală a regiunii și vorbesc de Europa și Asia Centrală, care este de 84,4%. Când vine vorba de constrângeri privind libertatea de mișcare, legi care afectează deciziile femeilor de a munci, legi care afectează salariile femeilor, constrângeri legate de căsătorie, legi care afectează munca femeilor după ce au copii, constrângeri asupra femeilor care încep și conduc o afacere, diferențe de gen în ceea ce privește proprietatea și moștenirea, România se situează cu mult peste scorul regiunii. La nivel global, un studiu recent, Global Gap Gender 2022 al World Economic Forum, arată însă că decalajul global de gen a fost eliminat în proporție de 68,1%. În ritmul actual de progres, va fi nevoie de 132 de ani pentru a ajunge la paritatea deplină. Asta reprezintă însă o ușoară îmbunătățire față de 2021, când estimarea era de 136 de ani. Decalajele de gen sunt mai probabile în sectoare care necesită abilități tehnice disruptive. De exemplu, în cloud computing, femeile reprezintă 14% din forța de muncă, în inginerie 20% și în date și artificial intelligence 32%. Din păcate, COVID a avut un impact disproporționat asupra femeilor din diferite sectoare. Un studiu recent al Organizației Internaționale a Muncii relevă că la nivel global, între 2019 și 2020, ocuparea femeilor a scăzut cu 4,2%, reprezentând o pierdere de 54 de milioane de locuri de muncă, în timp ce ocuparea bărbaților a scăzut cu doar 3%, e drept reprezentând 60 de milioane de locuri de muncă. De asemenea, în ceea ce privește AFC-ul, tema gender equality este una dintre cele mai importante teme pentru noi, pentru că studiile noastre au arătat că există o corelație pozitivă între prezența femeilor în conducere și, de exemplu, standarde mult mai bune de guvernanță socială și mediu, așa numitul ESG, ceea ce duce la îmbunătățirea performanțelor generale ale afacerilor. Așa cum a spus și Emanuel, vicepreședintele nostru, unul dintre ei, ne-am propus ca pentru 2030 AFC să nominalizeze peste 50% din femei în pozițiile de conducere în companiile cliente ale AFC-ului. Suntem astăzi la 63%, ceea ce este un lucru foarte bun. Apropo de prezența femeilor în industriile disruptive și în IT, se estimează că țările au pierdut $1 trilion din PIB din cauza excluderii femeilor din lumea digitală. Numai în 2020 această pierdere este estimată la $126 de miliarde. Reducerea decalajului de gen în utilizarea internetului mobil în țările cu venituri mici și medii ar putea adăuga $700 de miliarde la PIB. AFC estimează, de exemplu, că piața de comerț electronic ar putea crește cu 14 miliarde în Africa și 280 de miliarde în Asia de Sud-Est, deci aproape 300 de miliarde împreună, doar între 2025 și 2030, prin eliminarea decalajului în vânzări între bărbați și femei. Apropo de ce spunea Ilinca, femeile decid ce cumpără, dar nu vând. Nu sunt majoritare în ceea ce privește vânzările. Sigur, mai am încă foarte multe alte cifre, dar nu vreau să vă plictisesc cu ele. În ce privește AFC, pot să spun că încercăm să sprijinim activitatea femeilor în multe domenii, facem consultanță, reușim să colaborăm cu sectorul privat pentru a identifica și pilota soluții pentru a face tehnologiile disruptive mai accesibile și mai de impact pentru femei. De asemenea, în domeniul investițiilor încercăm să suplinim lipsa femeilor în, de exemplu, private equity și venture capital. Încercăm să sprijinim inițiative care au o asemenea orientare. AFC lucrează cu companii și parteneri internaționali de dezvoltare pentru a identifica, în general, decalajele de gen, pentru a răspunde diferitelor crize și a preveni extinderea decalajului de gen. Și, nu în ultimul rând, aș vrea să aplaudăm împreună munca Bursei București și a burselor de valori din lume pentru a ajuta la conectarea companiilor, investitorilor și factorilor de decizie politică, pentru a sprijini practicile de dezvoltare durabilă și astfel a mobiliza sectorul privat pentru a crește participarea femeilor la afaceri și dezvoltarea economică. Vă mulțumesc!